This is going to be a long one, so buckle up. I've been sitting on this for a couple weeks now, trying to make sense of it, and I just need to get it out. I'm not looking for pity or advice, really. Just need to put this somewhere other than my head. It's about what happened when I went home for Christmas with my 6-year-old son, Ethan, and how my sister, of all people, made it one of the worst holidays of my life. For context, I'm 34, single dad, and I live about 600 miles from my hometown. I don't get back often, maybe once a year, if that. Life's been a grind since my ex left when Ethan was 2. It's just been me and him, figuring it out. My family's always been complicated. My mom's the type who means well but gets lost in her own world. My dad passed when I was a teenager, and my sister Jess, she's 30, has always been the golden child. Growing up, she was the one who could do no wrong. Straight A's, prom queen, the whole deal. Me? I was the screw-up who barely graduated high school, got into some dumb trouble as a teen, and then got my act together way later than I should have. Jess and I were close when we were kids, but as adults, it's like we're speaking different languages. She's got this perfect life, married to a lawyer, no kids, big house, always posting on Instagram about her blessed life. I'm happy for her, I guess, but it's hard not to feel like I'm always in her shadow. Anyway, this Christmas was the first time in 3 years I'd gone back to my mom's place for the holidays. Ethan was stoked. He loves his grandma's cooking and the idea of a real Christmas with snow. We live somewhere warmer. I was nervous, though. Things with Jess have been weird for a while. Last time I saw her, she made some snide comment about how I must be so busy since I never call, which stung because I'm literally just trying to keep my head above water. But I figured, it's Christmas, right? Family's supposed to come together, put the crap aside. Plus, Ethan was so excited to see his aunt and uncle, I didn't want to let my baggage ruin it for him. We drove up the day before Christmas Eve. Long drive, but Ethan was a champ, singing along to his favorite songs, asking a million questions about snowmen. When we pulled into Mom's driveway, I felt this knot in my stomach. Her house looks the same as always, old, a little run down but cozy with those tacky Christmas lights Dad used to love. Mom came out to hug us, all teary-eyed, and Ethan ran into her arms. It was nice for a second. Then Jess's car pulled up. She and her husband, Mark, stepped out, all bundled up in their matching Patagonia jackets, like they just walked out of an REI catalog. I tried to shake off the weird vibe and waved. Jess gave me this tight smile, like she was doing me a favor by showing up. Inside, things were okay at first. Mom had the house smelling like cinnamon and pine, and she'd gone all out with decorations. Ethan was running around, obsessed with the Christmas tree, and I was helping Mom in the kitchen while Jess and Mark sat on the couch, scrolling their phones. I tried to make small talk. Asked Jess about her job. She's some kind of marketing consultant, but she kept giving me one-word answers. Mark was better. He asked about Ethan's school, my job. I'm a mechanic, nothing fancy, but it pays the bills. But Hannah, Jess was weird. Quiet, but weird. Like she was holding something back. Dinner that night was fine, if a little tense. Mom made her famous lasagna, and Ethan was telling everyone about his new Lego set, which was adorable. Jess didn't say much, just picked at her food and made a couple comments about how loud Ethan was being. I brushed it off, but it bugged me. Like, he's 6, Jess. Let him be excited. After dinner, we played some board game Mom insisted on, and I could tell Jess wasn't into it. She kept checking her phone, and Mark had to nudge her to take her turn. I figured she was just tired from the drive or something. Christmas Eve morning is when it all went to hell. I was up early with Ethan, helping him set up this little train set he'd brought. Mom was still asleep, and Mark was out for a run, because of course he's that guy. Jess came downstairs, hair perfect, wearing this crisp white sweater like she's about to star in a Hallmark movie. I said something like, "Morning, fancy pants," trying to lighten the mood. She didn't laugh. Instead, she just stared at me, then walked to the hall closet, grabbed 2 black trash bags, and threw them at my feet. Like, literally tossed them so they landed right in front of me. Ethan was sitting there, looking confused, and I was just frozen. "What the hell, Jess?" I said, trying to keep my voice down for Ethan's sake. She crossed her arms and said, "That's your stuff. I cleaned out the attic. You're welcome." I was so thrown off, I didn't even know how to respond. The bags were full of old clothes, some random books, and stuff from my high school days. Mixtapes, a couple of trophies, junk I hadn't thought about in years. I looked at her like, "What's your problem?" And she just unloaded. She said she was sick of me waltzing in like I own the place, acting like I'm such a hero for being a single dad while she's been stuck dealing with Mom's hoarding and the house falling apart. She said I never help, never call, and that I dumped my crap in Mom's attic like it's her job to store my life. I was floored. I mean, yeah, I left some stuff here when I moved out at 19, but it's not like I was hiding a body up there. It was just stuff. Old t-shirts, a busted guitar, some yearbooks. I didn't even know it was still there. I tried to say something, but she kept going. She said I only show up when it's convenient, that I don't care about the family, and that I'm selfish for dragging Ethan into our mess of a family instead of giving him a stable life. That one hit hard. I'm not perfect, but I've been killing myself to give Ethan a good life. I don't party. I don't date much. I don't even buy myself new clothes half the time. Everything's for him. And here's Jess, who's never even babysat him, telling me I'm screwing him up. Ethan was starting to look upset, so I told him to go play in the living room. Then I let Jess have it. I told her she's not the only one with problems. I reminded her I've been raising a kid alone since my ex bailed, working 50-hour weeks. And yeah, maybe I don't call enough, but it's not like she's blowing up my phone either. I said the attic stuff wasn't hurting anyone, and if it was such a big deal, she could have texted me to come get it, instead of pulling this dramatic stunt in front of my kid. She just rolled her eyes and said, "Classic Jake, always the victim." Mark came back right then, all sweaty and oblivious, and tried to play peacemaker. Mom woke up too, and of course she took Jess's side, saying I should have been more considerate about leaving my stuff here. I felt ganged up on, like I was 16 again, getting lectured for sneaking out. I grabbed the bags, threw them in my car, and took Ethan for a drive to cool off. He asked why Aunt Jess was mad, and I had to make up some BS about her being stressed. I hate lying to him, but what was I supposed to say? That his aunt thinks I'm a deadbeat? The rest of the trip was a mess. Christmas Day was awkward. Jess barely looked at me, and Mom kept trying to fix things by forcing us to talk, which just made it worse. Ethan still had a good time, thank God, because Mom spoiled him with presents, and Mark taught. He was the only one who seemed to care about making Ethan smile. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I didn't belong there, like I was an outsider in my own family. When we left the day after Christmas, Jess didn't even say goodbye, just gave Ethan a quick hug and went back to her phone. Mom hugged me tight, but it felt hollow. On the drive home, Ethan fell asleep in the back, and I just kept replaying it all in my head. The trash bags, Jess's words, the way Mom didn't really have my back, I know I'm not perfect. I could call more, visit more, maybe even deal with my old junk in the attic. But the way Jess handled it, in front of my kid, on Christmas, that's what stings. It's like she wanted to humiliate me. I went through the bags when we got home. Most of it was junk. Old band t-shirts, a broken Walkman, some comics. But there was this one thing. A photo of me and Jess from when we were kids, maybe 10 and 6 at the county fair. Both of us grinning with cotton candy all over our faces. I don't know why, but seeing it made me cry. Like ugly cry in my kitchen at 2 a.m. I don't even recognize that version of us anymore. I keep thinking about how we got here, how we went from best friends to this. I don't know if I can fix it. I don't even know if I want to try. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'm expecting by posting this. Maybe I just needed to vent. Has anyone else had a family moment like this, where it just hits you how much things have changed? Or am I just overreacting? I don't know. I just know I dread the next time I have to go back.